Ladies and gentlemen, every person who has ever achieved greatness did one thing that set them apart. They forced themselves to take action. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the force that turns dreams into reality. Yet most people hesitate. They wait for the perfect time. They wait for motivation. They wait for conditions to be just right. But let me tell you this, waiting is the graveyard of dreams. You must understand, success is not reserved for the lucky or the gifted. It belongs to those who step forward and take what they desire, even when they feel unprepared. The greatest minds in history, the pioneers of progress, were not always the smartest or the most talented. They were simply the ones who took action when others hesitated. Fear will whisper doubts into your mind. It will tell you that you are not ready, that you will fail, that you should play it safe. Ignore it. Fear is a liar. The only way to defeat fear is through action. Do you want more in life? Then act like it. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Without it, nothing significant is ever accomplished. Every great success, every towering legacy, every monumental breakthrough began with a deep, burning desire within someone's heart. It is the fuel that ignites action, the invisible force that turns ideas into reality. A weak desire produces weak results, while an unstoppable desire creates an unstoppable individual. Look around at the world and observe those who have risen above mediocrity, the ones who have built empires, forged inventions, or transformed industries. What separates them from those who remain stuck in life? It is not intelligence, luck, or even resources. It is their ability to cultivate an unshakable desire so powerful that no setback, no failure, no adversity could make them quit. Most people merely wish for success. They wish for a better life, wish for financial freedom, wish for recognition. But wishes are fleeting, powerless, and without strength. A wish is nothing more than a passing thought, easily replaced by another. Desire, on the other hand, is a force so strong that it consumes the mind, dominates the emotions, and refuses to be ignored. It is a hunger that cannot be satisfied with excuses. It demands action. Think of the great minds who have shaped history. The Wright brothers did not just dream of flight, they were obsessed with it. They spent years facing ridicule, enduring failure after failure, yet their desire never wavered. Thomas Edison did not hope for the light bulb to work. He was relentless, testing thousands of materials until he found the right one. These men were not simply talented, they had a fire inside them that would not be extinguished. That fire was desire, and it is the foundation upon which all success is built. A man with desire sees opportunities where others see obstacles. He does not surrender when the road becomes difficult. Instead, he pushes forward, using every setback as a stepping stone. His mind is focused, his energy is directed, and his willpower is unwavering. Nothing can deter him because his desire has transformed into an obsession, and that obsession commands his every move. He does not wait for circumstances to be favorable, he creates them. Those who lack desire are easily swayed. The moment difficulty arises, they abandon their pursuit. They complain about their environment, blame external factors, and accept mediocrity as their destiny. But those who cultivate an all-consuming desire know that success is not given, it is taken. They understand that results are not a matter of luck, but of persistence, discipline, and relentless effort. They refuse to entertain thoughts of failure because their desire is greater than their doubt. Desire must be nurtured, fed daily with thoughts of success, reinforced with unwavering belief and protected from negativity. Surrounding oneself with mediocrity weakens desire. Associating with those who accept failure as normal diminishes it. Desire thrives when it is fueled by vision, by goals so vivid they feel inevitable. It becomes unstoppable when combined with unwavering faith in one's own ability to achieve. History has proven time and again that desire can overcome the impossible. It has built nations, broken records, and defied all odds. When a man decides that he will not be denied, when he embraces the fire of true, burning desire, he becomes a force that no challenge can break. He does not hope for success, he demands it. And because his desire is so great, the world has no choice but to yield to his will. The greatest battle any person will ever face is not against the outside world, but against themselves. The real enemy is not competition, not circumstances, not the opinions of others. It is the fear, doubt, and hesitation that reside within. These unseen forces operate silently, holding people back from taking action, from stepping into their potential, from achieving what they are truly capable of. Fear disguises itself as caution, whispering that the time isn't right, that failure is too risky, that others will judge. Doubt creeps in, questioning whether success is even possible, whether one has the ability, whether the effort is worth it. Hesitation follows, turning seconds into days, days into years, until nothing is accomplished and regret takes the place of ambition. The man who allows these enemies to control his mind will remain stagnant. He will watch opportunities pass by, convincing himself that he is being rational, when in reality he is simply afraid to act. He will justify inaction with excuses, blaming circumstances beyond his control, when in truth he has surrendered to his own doubts. Success does not belong to those who hesitate. It does not favor those who wait for the perfect moment. It rewards those who recognize their fears, face them head on, and push forward despite them. Fear is a lie. It exaggerates risks, distorts reality, and paralyzes action. The mind creates terrifying scenarios that never actually happen. It tells a man that he will fail before he even tries. It convinces him that others are watching, waiting for him to stumble, when in truth no one is paying attention. It makes rejection seem unbearable, when in reality rejection is nothing more than proof that an attempt was made. The only way to destroy fear is to act in spite of it. The moment a man moves forward, fear begins to shrink. It loses its power the second it is confronted. Action is the cure for hesitation. Doubt is another enemy that must be defeated. It tells a man that he is not good enough, that he does not have the skills, that success is reserved for others. It makes him believe that his past failures define his future, that setbacks are signs to quit rather than lessons to learn from. But doubt is powerless against belief. When a man chooses to believe in himself, to trust in his ability to learn, adapt, and grow, doubt begins to fade. The most successful people in history were not free from doubt. They simply refused to let it dictate their actions. They acted before they felt ready, knowing that certainty comes from experience, and experience only comes from taking action. Hesitation is the final enemy. It is the silent killer of dreams. Every time a man hesitates, he reinforces his fear, strengthens his doubt, and weakens his confidence. He tells himself he will start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. He convinces himself he needs more preparation, but preparation without execution is worthless. He delays, overthinks, and allows golden opportunities to slip away. Action must be immediate. The longer a man waits, the stronger hesitation becomes. Success requires boldness, and boldness is a habit that must be built through repeated action. The war against the enemy within is never ending. It must be fought daily, in every decision, in every moment of hesitation. Those who win this battle move forward, accomplish their goals, and shape their destiny. Those who lose remain trapped in the same cycle of fear, doubt, and inaction, watching life pass them by. The choice is always there. Either surrender to the enemy within or rise up and conquer it. Decisive action creates momentum. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It is the ability to act, and act with certainty. Far too many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for conditions to be just right, waiting for motivation to strike. But the truth is, action does not come from motivation. It is the other way around. Motivation comes from action. The moment a person takes that first step, even if it is small, energy begins to build. And what once seemed impossible starts to feel within reach. Success is not given to those who overanalyze, hesitate, or endlessly plan without execution. The world does not reward ideas alone. It rewards action. A man with an average idea but relentless execution will always outperform the man with a brilliant idea who does nothing with it. Action is the great separator. It is what turns dreams into reality, goals into achievements, and potential into greatness. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most important. It breaks the cycle of inaction, destroys fear, and proves that progress is possible. Every great accomplishment began with a single step. The tallest building started with one brick. The greatest books started with one word. The most powerful businesses started with one decision. No one sees results immediately, but those who take consistent action understand that success is built piece by piece through effort and persistence. The moment action is taken, momentum begins to work in one's favor. What once required enormous effort starts to feel natural. What once seemed overwhelming becomes manageable. The secret to unstoppable progress is simple. Just start. Hesitation is the killer of dreams. Every second spent thinking about what could go wrong is a second wasted. Fear feeds on inaction. The longer a person waits, the harder it becomes to move forward. But action destroys fear. The moment one takes that first step, uncertainty begins to fade. The mind shifts from worrying about what could happen to focusing on what is happening. Doubt loses its power when action is taken. There is no such thing as the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect conditions. The only time that matters is now. Momentum is a force that works both ways. Those who take action build confidence, gain experience, and develop the habits necessary for success. But those who remain passive allow inertia to take control. Inaction leads to more inaction. The longer a person waits, the more difficult it becomes to start. Time moves forward regardless, and those who fail to act find themselves stuck watching as others pass them by. Nothing changes until action is taken. The most successful people are not those who always know what to do. They are the ones who take action even when they are uncertain. They understand that clarity comes through movement, that progress is made by doing, not by thinking about doing. Every moment of hesitation is a missed opportunity. While others wait, those who act take the lead. While others seek reassurance, those who act gain experience. The habit of action creates confidence, builds resilience, and strengthens discipline. A person who learns to take immediate action, no matter how small, will always be ahead of those who wait for the perfect moment. Momentum is the invisible force that carries achievers to success. It cannot be bought, borrowed, or wished into existence. It must be created through relentless, decisive action. Failure is the price of progress. No man has ever risen to greatness without first being humbled by defeat. It is an unavoidable toll on the road to success, a necessary test that separates those who are truly committed from those who merely wish for success. The weak see failure as a signal to stop, a reason to quit, an excuse to turn back. But the strong understand that failure is nothing more than feedback, a lesson wrapped in difficulty, a temporary setback designed to sharpen their skills, strengthen their will, and prepare them for greater victories ahead. Every breakthrough, every invention, every towering success was built on a foundation of failed attempts. The most celebrated figures in history were not strangers to failure. They were intimately familiar with it. They knew its sting, felt its weight, and endured its humiliation, but they refused to let it define them. They understood that failure was not a verdict, but a stepping stone. It was through failure that they gained wisdom. It was through failure that they uncovered what did not work, which led them closer to what did. Most people fear failure because they misunderstand it. They believe it is a sign of incompetence, a reflection of their worth, an indicator that they are not meant for success. But failure does not mean a person is incapable. It only means they are in the process of learning. A child does not walk without first falling. An artist does not master his craft without first making mistakes. A businessman does not build an empire without first facing losses. The world does not hand out rewards to those who avoid failure. It reserves its greatest prizes for those who endure it and continue forward. The problem is not failure itself, but how people react to it. The unsuccessful see failure as a stop sign, but the successful see it as a detour. They analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and try again. Every failure carries a lesson, and those who learn from it become wiser, stronger, and more prepared for future challenges. The only true failure is the failure to try. A man who refuses to take risks, who is so afraid of failing that he never takes action, has already lost before he even begins. The path to success is paved with rejection, setbacks, and disappointments. There is no way around it. But those who persist, those who refuse to give up, eventually reach their goal. The process weeds out the weak, leaving only those who are truly committed. This is why most people never achieve greatness. They are unwilling to endure the necessary failures along the way. They give up at the first sign of difficulty, unaware that the breakthrough they seek is often just beyond the point where most people quit. Failure should not be feared, it should be embraced. It is proof of effort, evidence that a person is pushing their limits, stepping outside their comfort zone, daring to achieve something greater. Those who never fail have never truly tried. The greatest danger is not in failing, but in allowing failure to discourage further attempts. The man who stumbles but keeps moving forward will always surpass the man who stands still, afraid to make a mistake. Every failure carries the seed of a future success. Those who are wise enough to extract its lessons, strong enough to withstand its pain, and determined enough to keep going will find that failure is not an enemy. It is an ally. It is the refining fire that strengthens character, the hard-earned experience that builds resilience, and the necessary price paid by every man who has ever achieved anything of significance. Discipline over comfort. This is the unbreakable law of success. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who settle for mediocrity is not luck, talent, or intelligence. It is the ability to do what must be done even when it is difficult, even when motivation is absent, even when every fiber of the body resists. The weak seek comfort. They look for the easy way, the path of least resistance, the excuse that justifies their inaction. The strong embrace discipline. They understand that comfort produces nothing of value, that ease is the enemy of progress, and that true growth comes only through struggle. Success demands sacrifice. It requires an individual to push past their feelings, to rise when they would rather rest, to work when they would rather relax. The body craves comfort, the mind seeks distraction, and the average man obeys these impulses without resistance. Impulses. But the man who understands the power of discipline refuses to be ruled by his weaknesses. He does not negotiate with his excuses. He does not wait to feel ready. He acts regardless of how he feels because he knows that the rewards of discipline are far greater than the fleeting pleasure of comfort. Discipline is the force that separates winners from losers, achievers from dreamers, the successful from the forgotten. It is easy to set goals, to make plans, to speak about what will be accomplished, but words mean nothing without action, and action is meaningless without consistency. A man who works hard only when he feels inspired will never reach his potential. The truly great understand that effort must be applied daily, relentlessly, with unwavering commitment, no matter how they feel. Discipline is not an occasional act. It is a way of life. Comfort is the trap that keeps people stuck. It whispers that there is no need to push harder, that tomorrow is a better time to begin, that the pain of effort is not worth it. But every day spent in comfort is a day wasted. Time moves forward whether one takes action or not, and those who prioritize comfort will one day wake up to find that they have squandered their potential. The man who embraces discipline, who forces himself to work when others rest, who sacrifices ease for progress, will look back and see a life of achievement, while those who chose comfort will see only regret. There is no shortcut. Every person who has achieved anything of significance has done so through discipline. The athlete who trains before the sun rises, the entrepreneur who works long after others have gone home, the artist who refines his craft in solitude, These are the individuals who understand that comfort is a lie, that growth is forged in discomfort, that mastery is built through relentless effort. They do not wait for motivation because motivation is unreliable. They do not make excuses because excuses produce nothing. They have trained themselves to act no matter what because they know that discipline leads to freedom, the freedom to achieve, the freedom to create, the freedom to live on their own terms. The truth is simple. Success is earned, and the price is discipline. There is no alternative, no easier way, no secret formula. The man who is willing to push past his feelings, who forces himself to take action, who chooses effort over ease, will always rise above those who remain trapped by comfort. Discipline is not just a habit, it is a weapon. It is the shield against weakness, the sword against excuses, the key to a life of limitless potential. Those who wield it will achieve greatness. Those who do not will remain where they are, forever wondering what could have been. Success belongs to those who persist when others quit. The world does not reward those who start strong but lack the endurance to continue. It does not recognize those who dream but refuse to struggle. It rewards the man who refuses to stop, the man who endures through hardship, the man who keeps pushing forward long after others have given up. Persistence is the master key that unlocks all doors, the force that bends reality to one's will, the difference between those who achieve and those who remain trapped in mediocrity. Every great accomplishment in history is a testament to the power of persistence. The most brilliant minds, the most successful leaders, the most influential figures, none of them were strangers to adversity. They faced setbacks, failures, and obstacles that would have broken the average man, but instead of surrendering, they pressed on. They understood that success is never immediate, that struggle is part of the journey, that difficulties exist not to stop them, but to test their determination. It is not the man who avoids challenges who wins. It is the man who welcomes them and fights through them. Most people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they give up too soon. They expect instant results, and when they do not see immediate progress, they lose heart. They start with enthusiasm, but the first sign of resistance makes them doubt. They let temporary defeats convince them that success is out of reach. But temporary defeats are just that, temporary. The only true failure is quitting. Every setback carries a lesson. Every difficulty strengthens resilience. Every obstacle is a stepping stone. The man who understands this refuses to quit because he knows that as long as he keeps going, success is inevitable. Persistence is what turns weakness into strength. No one is born great. No skill is mastered overnight. No dream is achieved without effort. A man who lacks persistence will always remain at the level he started. But a man who embraces the power of endurance, who pushes himself every day, who refuses to accept failure as final, he will rise, he will improve, he will transform himself into a force that cannot be stopped. The strongest men were once weak, the most skilled were once unskilled, the most successful were once struggling. The only thing that separates them from the rest is that they refuse to stop. Life will always test those who desire success. It will present challenges, disappointments, and failures, not to break them, but to see if they are worthy. The majority will surrender. They will complain, make excuses, and tell themselves that it was never meant to be. But the few, the ones who refuse to accept anything less than victory, will rise above. They will take each setback as fuel, each failure as knowledge, each hardship as preparation. And because they persist, they will succeed. The man who never gives up is unstoppable. He does not allow emotions to dictate his actions. He does not let temporary pain make permanent decisions. He moves forward no matter what because he knows that success belongs to those who endure. He does not wait for things to get easier. He becomes stronger. He does not hope for fewer challenges. He becomes better at overcoming them. He does not look for the path of least resistance. He walks the path that leads to his goal, no matter how difficult. History remembers the persistent. The world respects those who refuse to quit. Everything that seems impossible becomes possible when a man refuses to stop. It does not matter how slow the progress is. It does not matter how many times he falls. As long as he gets back up, as long as he keeps pushing forward, as long as he never quits, success is inevitable. The power to shape one's destiny lies in the ability to take action. Every great achievement, every success story, every breakthrough in history was forged by those who refused to surrender to fear, doubt, hesitation, or failure. The weak wait for the perfect moment. The strong create it. The average seek comfort. The great embrace discipline. The unsuccessful quit at the first sign of resistance. The victorious persist until they win. There is no secret formula, no shortcut, no easy path. Success belongs to those who act despite uncertainty, push through discomfort, and rise after every fall. It is not a matter of luck, talent, or external circumstances. It is a matter of will. The man who forces himself to take action, to move forward when others stop, to persist when all logic says to quit, is the man who will achieve greatness. The choice is always there. Hesitate or act. Surrender or persist. Remain ordinary or become extraordinary. Those who take action, who embrace discipline, who refuse to be ruled by fear or failure, will carve their names into history. Those who wait, who doubt, who seek comfort over progress will fade into obscurity. The decision is yours. Take action. Move forward. Refuse to quit. Success is not promised, but it is always earned, and it belongs only to those who are bold enough to claim it.